Here's a quick walk around from this weekend's Anglia Car Auctions classic car auction at Kings Lynn, Norfolk. This is their June 2025 auction, and we're starting with the cars inside the nicer side of the auction. This is where the higher value cars are kept in this main hall. As always with ACA, lots to see, a whole mixture of cars. You've got these nice cars inside, you've got another couple of halls worth of cars. You've got some projects inside, some kind of rarer or higher end projects, and then you've got the outside, the everyman classics, some modern classics and modern cars indeed. And then you've also got an outside area that is basically just kind of the projects that maybe might not see the road again. So there's always plenty of things to have a look at, have a bid on, and a real mixture of makes, models, years, conditions. Something for everyone basically is what they aim for. I really like the Bentley Continental R that's been seen earlier in this clip and will be coming up again. I think it's come from a similar owner as one of the other Bentleys in this auction. It's been in the same ownership for quite a while, but has also been off the road for a few years, though it does come with an MOT and a non-transferable private registration. There's an Azure in the auction, which is one of the other Bentleys I think came from the same owner. And I like both of them, to be honest. They're beautiful cars. You don't see them at ACA too much. But it's nice to have cars of that kind of calibre. This red R129SL is an 81,000 mile car, but the interior looks pretty much brand new, as you might have just seen there. And there's also another R129 that's got a cloth interior, which is quite rare. The Renault 4 over the back is really quite nice, with its tiger cloth seats, which I quite liked. There is the Aston Martin Lagonda Series 4, which didn't sell at the previous auction, but is here with a reduced guide. That is a South African car. It's been brought into the UK. It's got Nova paperwork, so it's ready to be registered. The import duties are paid. It's had an MOT, but it's described as having a few faults and needing a little bit of love. That blue DS just in the corner there is absolutely stunning. I would really love to take that home. I like a DS, but that one especially really did catch my eye and just stood out compared to other cars that you see at auction. And I've seen quite a few recently, to be honest. There's been a few dotted around here and there, but that one really was lovely. Outside in the project area, which is one of my favourite parts of the auction, and you'll see that towards the end of the video, there is a very, very, very rotten Ford Escort Mark II RS2000. It is really, really quite poor. I'm curious to see what it makes and what it sells for, because people go a bit crazy for fast Fords, but it'd be a lot of work to get it back to the road, and somehow I'm not sure that it will. There's also a Mustang that's more Rustang, and there is even a Jaguar XJ Series 3 4.2 manual, which is a really rare car. You don't see them very often. Sadly, this one's in quite poor condition, but I'm hopeful that someone will buy it and put it back on the road at some point. Whether they will or not remains to be seen. They're not worth a lot of money, and the LT77 gearbox is not well recommended in Jaguar circles. There's also an XK150 project, which basically has, well, it's missing everything apart from the front wings that you can see. And there's also a couple of other, there's a Rolls project and a Bentley T1 outside that could use some paintwork, another TLC. There's a couple of Turbo Rs in this auction. Like I said, just a bit of something for everyone. Let me know in the comments what you'd be taking home if you give it a flick through and have a watch. There's a lot of cars. I think ACA said there was something like 260 cars going through this auction, which is absolutely huge. It's a monster auction, and no wonder that it's over 2 days. It's going to be a pretty exhausting weekend for the staff, especially if this hot weather keeps up. Hopefully, though, it's a busy auction for them and they get a good sales rate. They do work hard to try and get the sales through, so hopefully that works out for them. You can just see a glimpse of that Bentley Azure that I mentioned over the back there. It really is quite lovely. There's a nice Triumph Stag in that hall as well, and you'll see the Lagonda in there too. Curious to see if that really sells this time or whether it doesn't. I think there's a lot to put people off, even though it is seemingly quite cheap for a Series 4. The fact that it's got a few niggles, which you kind of expect with a Lagonda, and the fact it's not registered, and also the colour maybe not helping it. But we'll have to wait and see for the weekend. Hopefully it goes to a new home. Enjoy the video.